Welcome to the podcast Selling Real Estate with Kelly Cook, where we will discuss the latest and most relevant business strategies to help you do one thing extremely well: sell more homes. We'll discuss everything from business planning to lead generation and conversion to past client customer service and everything in between. Join us for authentic conversations and nuts and bolts takeaways you can implement into your business today. And now, Selling Real Estate with Kelly Cook.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Selling Real Estate with Kelly Cook. And we got Kelly here with us today. Kelly, real quick before we dive into our topic today, hit me with some good news. What's something good that has happened? I know that we kind of before this were like, yeah, the market's tough. You know, there's a lot of things up in the air right now when it comes to real estate. But let's start it off. Give me some good news. What's something great that's happened today, this week, something like that?
Oh man, I'm gonna go super granular and specific. So it's two things. The Masters is starting like this end of this week here, right? So that's phenomenal. Okay, got my green on for that. But within that, I saw an interview today on the news of a golfer, Gary Woodland. He might be my new favorite golfer. I don't know. But basically, he make a long story short, the story was about, he's been a very good golfer, but he hasn't won a ton. But it's very And apparently he had diagnosed with brain tumor like 2 years ago. And so it was a touching story because he has 3 kids, and spoiler alert, he's fine, right? He's good. He's playing at the Masters this weekend, which is awesome. But he had a tumor growing, and he was interviewed, and before he went into brain surgery, he wrote out letters to all 3 of his kids and his wife, right? And it's like, dude, that isn't like,
yeah.
I was like, man, the market is tough. The market does suck, but that is like that just puts it all in perspective, right? Mm-hmm. And for him, it did too for golf, right? Like if I win, I'm trying to win. I want to win, but like if I don't, it's not
the end of the world. And he's been faced with way worse and persevered through it. And it's gonna, if he can get through that, then sometimes you just got to buckle down and get through what you're getting through to get on the other side. So
that's it. Like it's just a reframe, right? Like, wow, okay, let's just take a step back here and
Mm-hmm. So it's not that serious. Yeah.
No, it's not. At the end of the day, that's it.
Absolutely. Well, I love that. That's some great news. Well, I don't really know how to pivot from that beautiful story. Today we're going to talk about
trying to put a little spin on it, but
today we're going to talk about a new tool that's out there. I mean, hey, here's how I'll do it. Thank goodness for technology that he was able to get that caught. Modern medicine, he was able to get on the other side of that. And we're going to throw in some new technology that's here to help you get through to the other side, maybe, right? Or just some cool things that are happening in the medical field for him and in the industry for you on the tech side. And that is a new AI feature, an AI RM what Kelly informed me that it's called. And there are a few different, I believe, there's AI tools popping up everywhere. We've talked about quite a few different ones on the, to leverage for content, for a whole bunch of different things to leverage for your business. But today, this is a new one that we haven't really talked too much about yet, the AIRM. And this one that we're going to talk about is specific for real. So it was built for real brokers. And Kelly, let's get AIRM. So like CRM, but with AI. Let's talk about it.
That's it. And before you switch the dial, don't leave yet. If you're not with real, this is not a pitch. Okay, no one's pitching here, but I think it's important, no matter what brokerage you're with, to understand who's doing what out there, because you're going to come face to face with that knowledge, with that question from a client, no matter if you're with the real broker or if you're with another broker. Okay, so this is not trying to say one brokerage is better than other brokerages, or we're not doing that here today, right? But the point is
giving you all the information.
Just give you the information. Okay. So AI, okay. There's a lot going on with AI, guys. So don't turn that dial and instead dial in on what we're going to talk about here for the next, 5 minutes or so. Okay. So AIRM, this will be the world's first real estate AIRM. Now, what in the world is that? Well, we all know what a CRM is. I hope everyone, if you're in real estate watching or listening to this today, has a CRM. That's like, table stakes. And what does that stand for, right? It's client relationship management, and then it's a tool, right? So that's the system Well, this is AIRM. Real is not developing a CRM. This is AI, artificial intelligence relationship management, and of course, tool. Now, what does that mean? Okay, let's take a step back. Home search portals, the big ones, Zillow, Redfin, Homes.com, keep going down the list, Realtor.com. They are all working on AI search in some form or fashion. Okay. But there are differences between what Real Broker is almost they're in beta with this right now, right? Almost there with, and what Homes.com and Zillow is there with. So for example, I went on Homes.com today and I just played around with it, and went on Zillow, Redfin, etc. And I played around with searching for a property as if I'm just a consumer, right? And I did that. And Zillow, you can't do it. There's no AI search on the desktop. You have to go on the app. And Redfin, but Redfin and Homes.com does have the AI search function on their actual desktop as well. And what you can do is you can talk to it like you would talk to ChatGPT or Claude, and you can give it information and it will pull up some houses for you. Now, it's all still a little rough. It really is, right? I asked Homes.com to send me the houses that came up in my initial search. I wanted the ones with the best school districts, and it didn't give me those properties. It gave me what they felt was the most highly rated school district in that area, or school in the area, which is great. But then I wanted the properties just then that had that school, and it didn't do it. Now maybe it's just a malfunction for today only. I don't know, but all of it's still a little rough, right? Even with Real's home search right now, AI home search, it's in beta. It's still a little rough here and there. It's not perfect every time. It doesn't fire off 10 out of 10 every time, but it's getting close, getting smarter. Now, what's interesting is why this is important to know is because this is not what Real is creating with their AI search is not the same as what Homes.com, Zillow, Redfin are creating with their AI search, at least with their first iteration. Now, maybe they're trying to do something like this in the future, but it's going to be very hard. Why? Because they are in a different business. These home search portals are in the business of getting clients, consumers, I should say, home buyers looking on their site, and then matching them with an agent. And why is that important? Because the agent will pay them. That's how they make their money, right? Agent pays them for the exposure to these people they attract to their site, and they pay them. Now, if the consumer can have a better experience searching through AI type situations. By the way, homes.com chat, they have partnerships with ChatGPT as well, right? Let's just put it out there. Still a little clunky, but they do. But if it's better experience for the client and easier for the client, less frictionless for the client, then yes, they'll probably use those sites. And if you're a payee of one of those sites, you will hopefully get the exposure of these clients and have a chance to convert leads to closings, right? Awesome. Now, with Real, let's focus on the other side of the coin. With Real, what they're doing, because they are a brokerage, that is in it for the agents with their brokerage and not making money from clients on home search and random agents paying them, right? Now, I guess technically agents pay them, right? Their brokerage splits and stuff, but not paying them for like exposure to clients searching on home portals, right? Different business model. So what they do is they have that same kind of functionality. You put what you want in there as a consumer, and you get your results. But Real goes a little bit further. You can fully schedule a property with a property tour with your Real agent. Okay, because remember, they're not selling the lead to 3 different agents, one specific flex agent or whatever it may be. They are only giving the client the lead back to the agent that brought him there to begin with. Now, how do they know? Well, because every Real agent is given a unique domain link, okay? And it's unique phone number. Phone number with the area code unique to your current market, your city you live in, okay? When you give out the link to your leads, your database, cold leads, dead leads, warm leads, whatever, clients, past clients, and they interact with this tool, the AI home search, then it's all recorded in the AIRM. Everything's recorded. The insights that the AIRM will pull out from your client, just having a conversation with them, are incredible and will be incredible. Things that you'll never know, that they'll never tell you potentially because they're talking to AI. Okay, number one. Number two, you can insert yourself into that conversation anytime you want to, because you can see it's all recorded in the AIRM, just like a CRM. And then it's an open API. So whatever CRM the Real agent is using, Follow Boss, Sierra, Lofty, whatever, it will integrate right into your CRM. So all the notes, the recorded conversation, will then be imported immediately into your CRM under that client's record in your CRM. Okay, so you have it there as well.
Do you have to set up like a Zapier connection or anything with that to do that?
You will, yeah.
Yeah.
You have to connect it.
So it'll do
but it's
from
open.
Zapier.
It's not closed.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
So it can do that. It plays nice with all of them. And what's cool is the phone number that you give out, right, is the phone number that belongs to your AI Kelly Cook 2.0. It is your voice. You record your voice like 11 Labs, and it has your voice talking to your leads. Sounds like you talking to them. Okay, back and forth, and they collect all that data. Now, what's really cool about that is again, it's your voice, and it never sleeps, never eats. You can have fun with it. Hey, this is Kelly 2.0. I never eat, never sleep like Kelly does. He has to do all that stuff. I don't have to, so I can help you anytime you want. Just text me. So if they have that number, they text it, they call it. Eventually goes to a text thread, and you're now just communicating on text, not an app like Zillow.com or the Homes.com app, whatever, right? You're literally having a test conversation about houses, then it pulls up the interface of the map of the houses that come up on the search results, et cetera, et cetera. Really cool. So what's great about this is you now have full insight. So think about if you have a database of 50,000 people, 10,000, 5,000, 1,000, whatever, and you send them all the link, and you could even text them all if you want that number, or from that number, I should say, so they can just reply with convenience and less friction, and they can start checking out homes, looking at homes, and then it's all recorded and comes back to you. Now, the questions they will ask will be questions that will hopefully help somebody raise their hand or not. Any question that you could think of that might give you insight to believe that, they might be actually thinking of selling or buying. And there'll be plenty of people who will probably just play with it just to have fun with it.
Yeah.
But if those people have a great experience with it, and it just as good of experience, if not better, maybe than Homes.com, Zillow.com when it comes to their AI search, is it possible they tell their friends, they get on it, they went on it, and the only place they can get it is if they're with a real agent, right? Because all the data then is shared back to the real agent on their behalf. And then what's really cool, not to and by the way, when you're doing searches on it, it goes a little bit further in depth than some of the Homes.com Redfins of the world. It will give for every single property. It will give the internet upload and download speeds. It will give the providers for that area. It will give the walkability scores. It will give all kinds of things that are not your basic things that you see on your MLS or on Homes.com. It has all that additional information that'll be on there per property.
So I know, just to add this in, I know you're talking about it from the agent standpoint, how helpful this is for you as the agent to get more insight into your clients, to give them a better experience and hopefully work with you, and how easily that integrates. But really, this really is amazing for the consumer as well. Like, to be able to get that granular about, if you work from home, you have a home office, those internet speeds are going to be really important to you, right? So it is probably built more for the agent in mind, but it clearly did not skip over the client experience either. So that's really impressive.
To your point, it gives things like, natural disaster scores, right? And the types of natural disasters that potentially could happen in this area as well. Tornadoes, earthquakes, whatever it may be.
Floodplain.
Floodplain, yes. It gives all stuff and gives you a risk score from 1 to 100.
Which can be really cool, helpful for out of state buyers especially, I think.
Yes.
That's really helpful.
And what's really cool is it will detect by your search how the consumer searches. In other words, how much time it spends on looking at one property, how much time it spends looking at one picture. If it looks at the same type of picture in different houses, more time, more
the
seconds.
Backyard every time.
Yeah. So then it will start to pick up if you are looking at pictures of blue cabinets without even having to favorite it. It will pick up that you are spending more time looking at pictures of blue cabinets, and then it will start suggesting properties in the home search on your behalf, not actual Kelly Cook, the real guy, the AI agent, will start suggesting properties of blue cabinets to the lead. Go out and find them, suggest them to it, because without the lead telling them, it is knowing that the lead wants that thing, right? Based upon all those little mechanisms and nuances of them and how they search, how much time they spend on their search. It's pretty wild. And so it will learn and suggest and help the consumer figure out kind of what they really, really want at the end of the day. And no one else does this right now.
And I think too, what, maybe you'll find, but I think would be an interesting kind of side consequence of this. But since you have all of that data over, certain people searching on things, it might over time change the way that you actually like market your listings, the kinds of pictures that you take, it can really change too, just the way that you even present your listings based upon all of that data, right? And what people are attracted to and what picture goes first and, all of that too. So I think that'll be an interesting thing to kind of keep track of as well, if that changes.
Yeah, think about it, right? How many times, I mean, if you're an agent, I've been doing it a long time, and listen, no one's perfect, right? No one's perfect. So how many times have clients maybe said to me, or, client agents on the team, whatever, like, man, I found the property, right? Okay, well, ever since MLS and Zillow started sharing information, blah, 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 and it's been kind of out there with properties, the value proposition of a realtor really has shifted from finding the property for you. But when you had the MLS book, and then you found the properties for the people. I get it. But now with Zillow and Redfin, et cetera, the value proposition has switched from you're not necessarily finding the properties. They have access to to discover them online. You're helping everything else from there, making them make an informed decision, the right decisions, and navigating through the process, saving money for them, et cetera, et cetera. Well, now it's almost going to be a reversal to how it was with the MLS book to an extent, because now the AI will be so smart based on search patterns, they will start suggesting properties that the person never even saw. So think about it, you're at your kid's baseball game, you're looking for a house, your kid's baseball game, and you're hanging out. All of a sudden you get an alert. An alert on your phone says, here are 3 properties I found for you. And you're like, I didn't have time to even look at these. And they're not brand new to the market. They've been on the market, let's say, or whatever, maybe a combination of both. And they're like, here they are. And they all have blue cabinets. And you're like, holy crap, I love these kitchens, right? And then you didn't even tell the AI agent you wanted blue cabinets. Mm-hmm. And maybe you did, but either way, they still served it up to you, like proactively, not just a automatic search trigger that when a new property comes on the market, it pings them, right? And now you look like a rock star because you're providing value, proactiveness to, because listen, we do the same thing. We have a lot of searches come to us, and then we'll provide the agent with the information, or the client with the information, right? So it's not just always just an automation, but at the end of the day, like, you have to have some level of automation in your life, and because you have so many hours in the day to help your clients. So this is just a game changer in my opinion, and I think it's one not to be ignored. And certainly if anyone has any questions about this further and wants access to something like this, or maybe they would want to discover if they need access, if they think it's good enough for their future career, certainly reach out to us.
Yeah. Kelly, where can they reach you?
Oh, hey, Instagram, DM me at Kelly Cook Homes. And then, you know what? Listen, you can always go to a website we have that's called growwithrealbrokerage.com.
Absolutely. Growwithrealbrokerage.com, or just DM Kelly, and he'll get back to you with some more information about that or any other real estate topic. All right, Kelly, we'll see you next week. Bye, everybody.
See you, everybody.